Welcome back to The Explainer. So glad you're here today because look, we're tackling something that I know is a massive roadblock for so many of us. Today we're building a repeatable AI production system, and we'll be zooming in on a really incredible resource called the AI Faceless Engine. If you've ever wanted to create highly engaging content but just felt totally overwhelmed by all the moving parts, or maybe you just want a structured way to actually get things done, you are in exactly the right place. So let's dive right in and transform how we build an online presence.
Let's kick things off with a pretty frustrating reality. We're living in an absolute golden age of tech, right? You probably have access to amazing AI image generators, crazy realistic voice cloning, and top-tier text models. You collect all these tools, you bookmark dozens of prompt guides you swear you'll use someday, and yet, what happens when you sit down to actually create? You get hit with that terrifying, paralyzing blank page. You just sit there staring at a blinking cursor until it practically feels like it's mocking you. So why do most aspiring faceless channels fail when they literally have all the tools in the world? Well, it's simple. Having a hammer and a giant box of nails doesn't mean you magically have the blueprint to build a house.
Okay, let's dive into this. The root issue here is absolutely not a lack of AI tools. The real problem? It's the lack of a connected production system. The old way of doing things is just a chaotic mess. It's relying on random prompts, bouncing around between completely disconnected apps, and just staring at screens hoping inspiration magically strikes. The new way, which is the core methodology of the AI Faceless Engine, is adopting a connected, 9-stage production system. In a true system, the output of one stage automatically becomes the exact input for the next. You never have to guess what to do next because the workflow literally guides you step by step from a raw idea to a published piece of content.
So let's break that engine down into its 3 main phases. Phase 1 is all about ideation and scripting, which covers defining your niche and channel identity, topic scoring, and finally script writing. Now this isn't just about throwing random ideas at a wall to see what sticks. By nailing down a firm identity and objectively scoring your topics right out of the gate, you completely stop yourself from wasting precious hours on weak ideas before you've even written a single word.
And because you built a rock-solid script in that first phase, the work seamlessly flows into phase 2, visuals and audio. This involves creating shot lists, generating AI visuals, and adding motion and voiceover. There is zero guesswork here. Your completed script acts as a scene-by-scene shot list, literally becoming the instruction manual for your AI visuals. You know exactly what image you need for sentence 1 and what you need for sentence 2. Once those are locked in, you just add motion and lay down your voiceover. See how that anxiety of what do I do next just totally melts away?
Finally, we wrap up this whole 9-stage loop with Phase 3, assembly and packaging. This is where we handle editing, packaging, meaning your title and thumbnail, and of course, publishing. What's genuinely incredible here is how insanely easy editing becomes when all your assets were pre-planned. You aren't frantically searching for a missing image at the last minute. You're simply assembling pieces of a puzzle you already designed. It turns into this repeatable loop that actually gets faster, easier, and honestly, a lot more fun every single time you do it.
Now, you might be wondering, before we even fire up that engine, how on earth do we choose what to make in the first place? Well, let's look at how a sample idea moves through this workflow. Before you even open a blank document, you run your raw idea through the 4-factor topic scorecard. This is a total game changer. Instead of just going with your gut feeling and hoping for the best, you're objectively testing your idea against a proven analytical framework. This makes sure your concept has the absolute best chance of connecting with an audience before you spend any time making it.
Let's look at those 4 factors. A topic is really only worth your time if it hits these marks. First up, demand signal. Are people actually searching for this right now? Second, competition gap. Is there a unique angle that the massive established channels are totally missing? Third is evergreen value. Will this content still be useful in driving traffic 6 months or even a year from now? And finally, hook strength. Is the core idea interesting enough to stop someone from scrolling in the first 3 seconds? If your idea passes this scorecard, you have a solid green light.
Once you've got that winning idea, it moves right into the 5-beat script structure. This structure is ruthlessly focused on viewer retention. You kick things off with a cold open from 0 to 15 seconds to grab attention instantly, no fluff. Then, from 15 seconds to a minute, you establish the stakes, telling the viewer exactly why they should care. The build happens from minutes 1 to 3, delivering the core value. Then comes the turn, from minutes 3 to 5, introducing a surprise or a satisfying solution. Finally, the close wraps it all up. Oh, and the guide even includes a conversion script add-on, giving you the exact structure to drop in calls to action without sounding like a pushy salesperson.
Now, I know exactly what some of you are thinking, and it's a completely fair question.
Will my content just look robotic and generic? Let's tackle that head on. It's a very real fear. Honestly, if you're just copying and pasting random AI prompts from social media, yeah, absolutely. Your content is going to feel robotic, soulless, and completely generic. And that is exactly why having a connected system is absolutely crucial if you want output that actually stands out.
The ultimate antidote to that robotic feel is what's called the identity layer. This is your specific niche, your persona, the angle, the voice, and the visual style that you, the human creator, deliberately choose. You are the director here. The engine uses specific originality checkpoints and style anchors that are baked right into the workflow. So while the AI is doing the heavy lifting of production, the actual soul, tone, and distinct vibe of the final product remain 100% yours.
So who is this engine actually designed for? Well, it's perfect for absolute beginners who want to launch a faceless channel but are just completely lost on where to start. It's for creators who have incredible value to share but, just want to avoid the camera. It's also a total game changer for digital product sellers, freelancers, and small business owners who need to create content to drive traffic but definitely don't have 40 hours a week to do it. The relief of never having to stare at a blank screen again is seriously huge for all of these folks.
Of course, I want to keep things super transparent with you. That's what we do here. Let's talk about what the engine provides versus what it doesn't. It absolutely gives you a highly organized production system. Workflows, prompts, complete channel examples to study, the whole shebang. But what it doesn't do is guarantee instant success. It's not magic. It does not guarantee views, subscribers, or instant monetization. Those real-world outcomes, they depend entirely on your execution, your consistency, and actual market demand.
But look, if you're exhausted by the scattered, stressful approach, and you want to trade all that chaos for a clear, step-by-step roadmap, then it's time to make a change. Seriously, stop starting from a blank page every single time you want to create something. You can grab the AI Faceless Engine and adopt this entire repeatable workflow for yourself using the link down in the description. It's just a really practical, confident way to finally take control of your content production.
As we wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with this one question to think about. What will your first faceless piece of content be about, now that the terror of the blank page is finally gone? When you have a reliable system guiding your every move, from scoring that very first idea all the way to stunning final visuals, the only real limit is your imagination. Think about the incredible value you can share once that friction is just gone. I absolutely can't wait to see what you build. Keep learning, keep building those systems, and I'll catch you in the next explainer.